Guys, it's Alex here from the Cap Pins, and for the mix and match, the new season, I'm sure that a lot of you guys have seen Ben Lipper's video about his bot using traction wheels, as well as 6699's double claw. They're both very simple early season designs that can both score a lot of points just using the middle yellow corner. However, I do have a really cool video to show you. So here, you can see it's very similar to Ben Lipper's traction wheel bot, but one thing is that instead of having the gears in the front, they actually have the gears in the back, and they have an opening for the pins to get in. And instead of one traction wheel, they have two, so that just assists with the picking up and dropping down, and they can just pick it up without needing to bring the arm up or bring the arm down. And this is really cool because in Ben Lipper's video, if you want to see, he actually has to pick up each pin, raise the arm, go down, and then do that all over again. But this spot, you can just go straight into the pins and it'll just pick up all of them. Also, I forgot to mention this. This is post-recording. As you can see here on 6699 spot, this is modified from a hero bot. So they made one claw into two, and I think it's definitely possible for this bot as well. Because the bot isn't that wide, you can add another row of traction wheels on the side possibly, and you'll be able to intake two rows. And then also it's not that long. So if you want to add funnels in the front to just funnel all the pins into your intake, that's also possible, which will make this a very high scoring bot. So this is definitely going to save a lot of time in your runs. But the thing is that I haven't really seen an early season bot so far that can actually score the 1x2 beams over here. And no, that's a really big point swing. It's 10 points for each stack that you have. And I think that's going to be a big points aspect of the game as soon as people start using these kinds of bots where you can just ram into pins and they'll just go up your intake. Because at this point, everyone can just score all of the three colored stacks into the middle, this yellow square, and get the maximum amount of points without a beam. However, once you start scoring these beams, you'll have endless possibilities of your score. So one idea that I want to show you guys is this high stakes spot. So it also uses a claw. This was an early season high stakes spot. But one thing that's really cool is that the claw actually has a separate motor to rotate it, as you can see there. So one of our alliance members had this idea of using pneumatics to flip the pin on the claw completely 180 degrees to possibly score on the beams. But one issue is that if you're using like a double reverse 4-bar or just a 2-bar, when you lift it up and you rotate it, if you just put it down again, then it's just going to go to the same position that you picked it up from, but just rotate it. So to actually score it on the beam, you're going to have to back up, then score it. And so I feel like that's a huge waste of time. So this is just the same concept, right? A rotated claw, but in a different axis. And I think this will be able to score in beams really effectively, especially with the proof of concept here with the double claw. And one thing that's really special about this bot is that if you count the motors, there's actually only 5 motors used on this bot. You can see 1 motor for the double claw, 2 motors for the cascade lift, and 2 motors for the drivetrain. I also feel like motor share will eventually find its way into bots, even though it doesn't seem too easy to do it right now. But there have been concepts in past seasons in VRC of differential lifts that have been shared with drivetrain motors. So it's definitely possible to have a 4-motor drivetrain when you're just intaking, for example, like these type of bots. And then once you want to actually use the lift, you'll turn that into a 2-motor drivetrain and then lift up with another 2 motors. But yeah, that's going to be all for this video, and we're definitely going to get some new ideas from our speed CAD competition that we're hosting on June 1st. So if you know how to CAD IQ, you have free time on the week of June 1st, and want to have your ideas shown on our channel, be sure to join our Discord in the link below and ask for the role. Blow bands, blow bands. Blow bands, blow bands, blow
pants, they say true man. Blue pants, blue pants, blue pants.